Hello and welcome back to my garden. My name is Jen, and in today's riveting episode of Jen versus the weather, again, I am going to frantically work out in my flower gardens and work on weeding and cleaning things up before we get 4 more days of rain. I'm going to start off by removing the suckers off of this magnolia tree, and once I get the bed cleaned up a little bit, then I'm going to plant some penstemon and some ajuga. I like to have a few tools handy whenever I am doing garden maintenance so it makes the job as easy as possible. I like to have my little kneeling pad, some hand pruners, a hori knife, and a dump bucket that I can dump any debris in right by my side while I'm working. And when I'm feeling very tired and overwhelmed, which is how I was feeling this day when I was filming this video, I like to take it in small chunks. So I told myself I was just going to worry about the flower bed right around the magnolia tree area, and I was going to go from there depending on how I felt. I think it's key that when you are gardening, especially when you're tired and feel a little bit overwhelmed, to take it in little small bits and pieces. I was only going to do a little bit, but I found that the more that I worked, I was able to go and weed a little bit more than what I initially intended on doing. If you're enjoying this content, or if you think somebody else would enjoy this content, please go ahead and feel free to share this video, and also give me a thumbs up and click that red subscribe button below so you don't miss any of my future uploads. A few other tips that I like to implement when I am gardening and feeling stressed and overwhelmed is to, of course, write out a list of the top 3 things that need to be taken care of in the garden that day. And sometimes I even set a kitchen timer for 15 minutes, and I tell myself all I have to do is work these 15 minutes, and then that's good. I can go inside and get some rest. Here's what I got accomplished so far, and I think I was doing pretty good. I was feeling, yes, a little bit tired, but I wanted to keep carrying on and see how much I could get done before all the rain hit. So now the next step is going to be me cutting back some columbine. I'm actually going to be saving all these seed pods, and you're going to see me in a future clip. I'm going to take these seed pods and I'm going to literally just lay them on the ground, let them reseed themselves, and they will pop back up next year in a whole new location, and I will have an abundance of this beautiful yellow columbine. The next task that I'm going to tackle is cutting back this salvia. What I'm doing is I am cutting back the salvia at the base of each bloom stalk, and that is going to actually generate new blooms to come through now that I've removed all the dead, dying stalks back. Let me know in the comment section below what your favorite tip is to stay motivated in the garden. Now, if you were in a time crunch and you are cutting back salvia, you can use one of those little electric hand tools that just shears back the top of the shrub. But because I wanted a little more precise cut and didn't want any torn leaves on the shrub, I decided to tackle this task by hand. And to congratulate myself for a job well done in weeding this whole entire flower bed, I'm going to go ahead and plant some penstemon. That's another trick that I like to do when I'm feeling overwhelmed in the garden. I tell myself if I get this one task done, then I get to do something fun like plant some new perennials in my flower bed. Just in case anybody wants to know the specific type of penstemon, here is the tag. And here's the penstemon all planted up right in front of the crabapple tree. And I didn't want to stop just at planting the penstemon, I wanted to plant some ajuga as well. I have wanted to put ajuga ground cover down underneath this tree, my goodness, I want to say for at least 2 years now. So my little hack into getting this ground cover to spread even faster is even though I bought a little container of it, you can still split that up into 4 different chunks and plant those chunks all around the tree. So that's what I'm going to do. I split this little pint container into 4 little pieces, and you're going to be amazed at how quickly this ground cover is going to fill in this area beautifully. Because I was so happy and proud of myself that I got the flower bed weeded and some plants in the ground, I decided to fill in this hole with a rock that has been missing for the past 1.5 years. Here I am taking the columbine stalks that I cut off earlier, and I'm going to place them on the ground back towards the back of the flower bed. These stalks are going to dry, the seeds are going to go into the ground, and next year I'm going to have a whole new stand of columbine. Look at how good this flower bed turned out. I am so happy and motivated now, so I'm going to move on to the next flower bed. This is an excellent example of how I love using the Hori Hori knife to pull weeds. This weed has a really deep taproot, so I am just using the shovel portion of the Hori Hori knife to pull that root right out of the ground. I use this all-in-one rose and flower care around my roses once a month. I like to use this because I have found that this is the only thing that works for me in my garden that keeps Japanese beetles at bay. I know that this is not an organic method to keeping those bugs away, but it really does work, and I don't mind using it just around my roses. At this point, I'm feeling really tired, but I did notice that my salvia around the shed bed needed cleaned up. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do this one last thing, and then I'm going to go in for the night. Thank you so much for keeping me company while I tidied up my flower beds and planted some perennials. I hope you had as much fun watching this video as I had making this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!